Guys, I love this club so much. It is such a beautiful club and such a terrible building. I love it. I was a door guy here for like half a year. I was the bouncer, and it is crazy because I was always like this. Dude, when I was a bouncer, I would wear Crocs to work. If venue security wears Crocs, paying your tab is optional. What am I gonna do, chase after you with my big dumb rubber feet? Plus, even if I caught someone, like, I can't fight them. My feet are made of rubber. When you're in a fight, kicks are half of your options. Dude, I was so scared of a fight happening in this place every shift I worked. And that's because, like, if there was a fight, it was my job to break it up. That was my honest job. And I've never been in a fight in my life. And if I was, it would be so obvious that my karate class was in a Methodist church. I don't know if anyone else here took church karate. It's really cool. It was in the basement on a Wednesday, and we weren't allowed to punch each other because that's too violent and against God's will. So instead what we would do is we would punch the air in front of us and pretend we were punching an opponent. And that sucks because I was doing that already, which is why my mom signed me up for karate class. My sensei, whose name was Gary, would say, "Hey kids, imagine your opponent's in front of you." And we'd be like, "Oh, Sensei Gary, we're 10. We're ahead of you." Not only is our opponent in front of us, 20 years ago he killed my father, and now we're fighting on top of a volcano to restore his honor, and also he's a dragon. It's a real thing we would do in my karate class. They made us do an exercise to toughen our fists, since we never really used them. And what that was is they would have us put our fists against a brick wall and push a little bit hard. This is what a punch is to me. Chilling. I was in charge of security for half a year. I made minimum wage and it showed. And one time I was working in high school at a pizza place, and they also had a robbery policy. I wasn't in charge of security, but you know, they wanted to let us know the robbery policy. Like our first week, they sat us down. They're like, "Hey, just so you know, the robbery policy for the store is that if someone comes in with a weapon, company policy is to give them whatever they want and don't risk your life for the register." I was like, "Cool, it's adorable you thought that would be a problem." Dude, you know you're paying me minimum wage. Did you think I came into work to die for Ohio minimum wage? I do love this club. This is a beautiful club. It's a magical place. One time during a shift, one of the black cooks told me, "You may be Italian, but you've got the mind of a black man." Now I'm Polish. That's not like a headline of the story, but it matters to me. More importantly, I've been waiting my entire fucking life to hear that. Every white kid from the suburbs has. Why do you think Mac Miller had a career? Here's the thing, he put out like 2 albums to get that. I would just show up to work stoned. I do like Mac Miller. I love white rappers. They're so funny. My favorite white rapper is Eminem, because for like 25 years now, Eminem has been putting out music exclusively for middle school aged boys to hype themselves up for calling their mother by their first name for the first time. Just going feral in the back of a minivan like, "It's Jessica's spaghetti today!" The hat's staying off. We're making memories. And I went through a breakup recently. You can tell from my eyes. That's a fun one. I don't know. Ever since I broke up with my girlfriend, Facebook Marketplace won't stop sending me listings for swords. Dude, that's not a good sign. That's how the algorithm tells a white boy it's time to give up. Every day I log into the app and it's like, "You want to try mastering the blade? You didn't master emotional honesty." I'm not like surprised it didn't work out. About half a year ago, I was having a conversation with my ex, and she asked me what Harry Potter house I'm in, because these are the questions you get asked when you're difficult to communicate with. Very hard to get a straight answer out of, so the people closest to me have to squirrel it out of me with answers to BuzzFeed quizzes. And I was honest with her. I was like, "Yeah, the last time I took one of those quizzes, I got Slytherin." And my then girlfriend made eye contact with me and said, "Oh, I could really see that for you, because like you're selfish, but in a cowardly way." So she made some good points. I hate that I'm single now, because like now I have to flirt with women, and I'm terrified of that. I'm scared of flirting with women, and it's because I'm scared of women. And that's because, don't laugh at that, I'm a man. No, I'm terrified of women. It's because I was raised by strong women, so like now that's the only way I can see them. I was raised by my mother and my older sister, and our closest family was my aunt and uncle that had 3 daughters. And they're all older than me, and they're all from Philadelphia or New Jersey. I was just the lone little Midwestern boy. Dude, every woman I met for the first 10 years of my life was just a big, strong New Jersey broad who was me. For 10 years, it was just, if the Eagles don't win tonight, nobody gets dinner. This is real. We would go over to my family's house when I was a kid, and all the kids would play house, and even though I was the only boy, they wouldn't let me be a dad because I wasn't man enough to be a father. So for real, they made me be the dog. They made me crawl around on all fours all day. I'd look up like, guys, can we please stop playing this game? I just want to go read my Magic Treehouse books. And they look at me like, dogs don't talk, boy, bark. I'm not in therapy anymore. I got fixed. I'm not in therapy anymore. I was for a while. I don't like the way people talk about therapy lately. It's like, it's too trendy. Like, there's a trend online where people are like, I only date people in therapy. Like, don't impress me with your paycheck, impress me with your invoice to therapy. I hate that shit, dude. I was in therapy I was in therapy since I was 18, and I'm still the least dateable person I know. Dude, therapy didn't fix my commitment issues. Now I just do a breathing exercise when I ask someone to leave my house. I am medicated, though. I'm on SSRIs. I'm fine. I know, dude, I love SSRIs. They're cool. They help me a lot. SSRIs are wild. If you don't know, they're anti-anxiety drugs, but they also help with depression. And that's wild to me that one drug can fix 2 diseases. Like, that's so cool. I don't understand medicine, so I don't really know how that works. The best I've got to figure it out in my mind is that my Prozac helps with my depression through chemicals. And it helps with my anxiety because one of the side effects of those chemicals is impotence. And I used to get real anxious that I was just too good at sex. What's up, fellas? What's up, uncles? And, oh man, I think the worst I feel like the uncles are going to relate to this one. I think the worst, fellas, let me know how you feel. This guy's got a mustache. I think the worst feeling in the world is when you go to tickle someone and they're not ticklish. That guy agrees with me. That's a relatable bit. No one ever relates to that bit. It's always just like a dude in the corner that looks like me that's like, this guy gets it! This guy's speaking my language. You want to hang out after this, brother? I live in the urinal. I love tickling people. Whenever I tell people that's like my biggest fear is they're not ticklish, they always say, why don't you just stop tickling people? Fuck you. I've got a dream. I've got a dream that if I tickle my buddy just right, he's gonna melt into a big giggly mess, and then I'm the man. He's laughing on the floor like a damn child, and I'm the man of the situation. And I want to be clear, I'm not a fucking pervert, okay? I don't tickle strangers. I only tickle my friends. And people that look like my friends from the back. We've all been there. I cannot stress this enough. This is relatable. We've all been there. Sometimes you've had a few beers, you're at a bar, you go to tickle your friend Brian, you get your hand pretty deep inside of Brian, you give him a little zzzz, and you get fucking nothing. And then the guy turns around, and it's not even Brian. It's a big, mean guy who knows what you were doing and doesn't like it. And honestly, it makes me want to die. Because that is easier than dealing with the consequences of having my hand stuck in the man who has just proven to be the alpha. Dude, I scurry away from him. I scurry into the bathroom like a damn rat running back into its hole. There's other men in there. I stand up straight and keep it inside where it belongs. I stuff it all down. Hey, you were waving at me. I've got a new friend. No, this is like a normal thing to do. I just like having friends. I'm a little guy. We're having a fun time. I'm from Ohio. I'm so glad I don't live there anymore. It's cool. When I was going to high school in Ohio, there was this cool thing where like the coolest piece of clothing you could own at my high school was a hoodie with your name on the back like it was a jersey. It's just like it was like a hoodie that would have your team on the front, like the football team or the track team, and then would have your name on the back, and you would wear it around town to let people know what team you were on. I had one of those hoodies for marching band because I fucked. I don't know why you laughed at that. No, I did. I had one of those hoodies, and I loved it at the time. Like, I loved it so much, but it aged really poorly, and I can't wear my hoodie anymore because my full name is Zack White. My last name really is White, and my high school mascot really was Redskin. So I still have a hoodie with a very racist drawing of a Native American man on the front and the word white on the back to let people know what team I'm on. It is an indoor hoodie, gang. I wore it outside once to take my trash to the dumpster, and these two ladies in my building saw me, saw the hoodie, clocked what it was, and switched from speaking English to Spanish. Dude, that's how you know you're getting cooked by somebody's auntie. My Guatemalan isn't great, but I picked out edgelord crybaby. It was real. My high school, we got on the Washington Post multiple times as a scandal for when our mascot was racist. They changed it because of the scandal. We got on the Washington Post multiple times for having a racist mascot. And that is the only way a public school in Southwest Ohio is ever going to get in the Washington Post. There's never an expose that's like, they're doing their best. I don't, what do you want from them? I don't know, like people in DC, I feel like they judge me for having like a kind of racist high school, which is fair. I want to be clear about that. That's clear. But also, it's like, they didn't ask me. Okay, my high school did a lot of stuff without asking me. My high school did not ask me to put the military recruiters in the cafeteria. Because that's where they recruit you for the U.S. Army, is in the high school cafeteria, where you're at your lowest. They would just get that big dumb pull-up bars, and boys would do pull-ups in lunch. So I guess they could like have men have the experience of being strong in public and then immediately capitalize on that emotion. That's pretty sad. That's how they get you. No, but like you'd just be eating your sandwich during lunch and you'd look over like, oh man, Trent's doing a fuck ton of pull-ups. That guy's gonna be a Marine. Then the next period you just see like Trent hunched over furious with rage that no one's talking about how strong he is anymore. You're like, oh no, Trent's gonna be a problem. Dude, Trent's gonna be a whoopsie. I've been in DC for like a year and a half now. I can tell it's time to leave. I'm too comfortable in DC. I need to get out of here. Now whenever I go to other cities, I get really weirded out when the bus ads aren't for Raytheon. That's not a good sign. I went to New York and all the ads were for Tinder. And I was like, that's what you give a shit about? Hookups? Grow up and focus on defense like a real city. Israel, I live in Petworth off of Georgia Avenue, and there's a bus that goes through my neighborhood with a full wrap L3 Harris advertisement. And if you are taking the bus down Georgia Avenue, you do not control L3 Harris contracts. It's silly. It's like, that is like a little check I do on a first date to make sure the girl's cool though, is I see if she takes the bus. It's just a little check I do, because like, you know, not everyone likes public transportation, some people think it's dirty, it is who it is. But I have learned time and time again that I need to date someone who takes the bus, because I have learned time and time again that if someone doesn't fuck with the bus, they do not fuck with me. Guys, I look like I invented the bus. Guys, are you ready to keep the show going? Yeah! No, this is the late show, get a little